And now there is no more excuses. This is the team now that should go out there and be good enough to win a trophy. And this is their time. And I think that they finally have the squad that they've been wanting to truly build for seasons on end. Arteta finally has it.
Yeah, you said it, Set Piece FC, and I tell you, my group chat was calling Arsenal fans Set Piece FC today. But it's a part of football, and they're utilising it perfectly.
It doesn't matter how you get the goals, right? And if it's off of set pieces, so be it. 38 set piece goals. I mean, you can't really argue that. If you are that good at a set piece, you're going to score goals consistently, and for the Premier League, you need that.
Yeah, and Geoff Shreeves saw the 4 goals and the Gunners, and knew Eze up front, so 5 goals. Let's hear what Geoff Shreeves had to say.
Liam, what an opening day it was here at the Emirates for the Arsenal fans. When I say opening day, of course, it's their first home game of the season. 5-star Arsenal thumped Leeds 5-0. And to be honest with you, there were so many things to talk about for this game. The Arsenal faithful, a few of them are still around me, have gone home so happy because they've got so many things to be happy about. You look at home debuts, Madueke, Gyökeres, Zubimendi. But before the game had even started, they're on the feet. Eberechi Eze came out to take the applause wearing the number 10 shirt. And I got to tell you, just him walking out, because of course we all know he is one of their own, as the Arsenal fans sing. He's come back to the club he played for, aged 8 till 13. He was like that. And it wasn't the Cole Palmer chills. It was very much the emotion of it. In fact, I just saw him and his family, and they were beaming from ear to ear. Then the game starts, and Arsenal, to be honest with you, they were fairly quiet to start off with. And Gyökeres, everybody desperate for him to score. He snatched at a half chance that he had. Should have done better. It just looked like, is it again? Maybe one of those days where it's not happening. In fact, it was so crazy this game. Jurrien Timber got 2 goals. I doubt he'll even feature in the headlines. Bukayo Saka, great goal. Tremendous goal. And Arsenal looking comfortable at 2-0 at half time. But then came the moment. After all the stick he took after just one game, Viktor Gyökeres scored his first goal in an Arsenal shirt on his home debut. And what was so good about the goal was he made it completely himself. And it's a goal that an Arsenal player hasn't really scored for a long time. They just haven't had this type of player. Ball down the side, he's in the channel. It was all pace, power and strength. And he puts the ball away. So accomplished, absolutely superb. That goal will do him the world of good. And of course, it was only the first of 2 of the afternoon. It's absolutely superb. In fact, of course, he did his famous celebration. I won't do it now. But what was good, and I liked, and it showed a little bit of humour as well. When he got the second, his penalty, he started doing this, touching his hair to the camera, because he got some stick on social media because somebody said, I've never seen a player touch their hair so much as Gyökeres. Well, he definitely had the last word there. But then also, you think that was enough for the Arsenal fans, came a huge moment. Max Dowman, 15 years of age and 234 days, made his Arsenal debut. And I have to tell you, there's been as much hype around this young man as Gyökeres. On he comes, wins a penalty for Arsenal, upsets Gyökeres to make it 5-0. A superb day for Arsenal. The only, if you like, cloud on the horizon, injuries to Odegaard and Saka. Hopefully they won't be too serious, but as for Arsenal right now, looking very good indeed. Back to you, Liam.
Thanks, Geoff. Sorry, we're just inspired by Gyökeres there. But
breaks. We need to make sure we're fixing our hair.
I can't believe Geoff wouldn't do the mask celebration, but he touched his hair like that. No, thanks, Geoff. Appreciate it. It's a bad day for Leeds. So much I actually lost count of the amount of goals that Arsenal scored today. But Arsenal looked most improved from that first game of the Premier League season.
They did it, and Geoff mentioned it there. The Emirates was absolutely buzzing early on. It was key for them to bring out Eze before to get the stadium just going. All the things going right for Arsenal at the minute. And Gunners fans are feeling good. They're feeling good about this season now. Even a week ago, you may have felt, man, maybe not as good, not getting the signings across. There's kind of a mixed opinions about Viktor Gyökeres. But they come out, they handle their business against a lesser opponent, obviously, in Leeds United. But they don't suffer at all. 5-0 victory, do exactly what they needed to do. I think the Saka injury is something that we'll really have to look at because if he's out, it definitely does make things more difficult. But this is why they made the signings that they made this summer, to be able to cover for these players that eventually, well, look, it's a lot of games, a lot of competitions. There are going to be injuries. They need to have that, and I think they finally do have that in the squad.
Yeah, I'd like to just point out Noni Madueke, who I thought first game at the Emirates played really, really well. And they do seem to have depth now in a lot of positions. Obviously, Saka, Odegaard's going to be a big loss. But you know, the Eze signing with the Gyökeres goal, I think that's a really promising sign for Arsenal, because I've watched Eze so much in the Premier League for Crystal Palace. That left centre channel that he picks up, he's one of the best passers of a through ball, maybe to a left overlapping fullback, but also Gyökeres, that's his favourite channel, and it's the channel Eze wants to play down. So I think being announced like that, you could see what it meant to him, but then seeing Gyökeres make that run is promising signs for Arteta.
I agree. I've criticized Arteta and Arsenal pretty much all summer because they were hesitating to make their moves, to sign their players. And it seems like they finally are able to get it all across. And now I feel like, okay, they now are at a position where they have all the tools to win a trophy this year, to at least win one trophy. Obviously, they want to win the Premier League or the Champions League, the two big ones. But what Eze provides to this attack, like you mentioned, through those channels, now with Odegaard's injury, with Saka possibly being injured, he gives them so much diversity and so much options for Mikel Arteta. He can deploy him in the middle in Odegaard's spot. He can deploy him off the left in Madueke's spot. And with all of these signings now, you would say that at every position now, Arsenal has elite talent. And now there is no more excuses. This is the team now that should go out there and be good enough to win a trophy. And this is their time. And I think that they finally have the squad that they've been wanting to truly build for seasons on end. Arteta finally has it. No excuses.
Yeah, no excuses, but there's been, like you said at the start, Gyökeres, mixed opinions, mixed thoughts. Will he cut it in the Premier League? He's done it today against a team who Arsenal would be expected to beat, which a lot of people are saying he will do it against those teams.
Right.
But for him to go and get 2 goals at the Emirates, it will take a lot of the pressure off him.
Just being able to have that confidence now moving forward, where he's got his 2 goals, that pressure's off of him, right? He scored at home in front of his fans, doesn't have to worry about blanking again, and if he blanks in the next game, it's okay. He's got his goals. He's got to try to build on this, right? Again, I think he has so much talent around him now with this Arsenal side that he will have his chances. And it's about how clinical he is finishing and in that final third for this Arsenal side will be the key. It might be the key to unlock this entire Arsenal attack all season long. If he's able to get the service, if he finishes, Arsenal will be in good shape attacking. I
know we joke about set-piece FC, but the delivery from Declan Rice, time and time again, on the money, it's clearly something that they work on. I was trying to work out how Leeds even defend the corners, because they went zonal today. The Arsenal players ran into that area in the 6-yard box, got so much joy.
Yeah, there is. And you talk about set-piece FC like it's a negative. You know, we say it because it's the banter and because we're always going to be, you know, kind of taking our shots at Arsenal because that's what football fans do. But set-piece FC is a compliment. And when you have a player like Declan Rice that can serve it up on a platter for anyone in that attack, it's a huge advantage for them to have. And they clearly work on it. They clearly have perfected it, have mastered it over the last 2 seasons. And again, when you have someone like Declan Rice, you take full advantage of the balls that he can put into the box. We're talking... there's only a few players that we've seen over the last few years that have that kind of precision
and consistency.
Declan Rice, Trent Alexander-Arnold, they could ping the ball onto someone's forehead from 30, 40 yards out. When you have that, you have to take full advantage, and Arsenal have.